So now I need to go and actually import my data. Now that the constraint's in place and I've run it, so that's been applied to the dog table, I need to go and get my data, my raw data from this table into this table so that the constraint can actually run and do its thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and open up a design query window. Now this time I do need to pick a table. So I'm actually going to pick this raw data table. I need to go and see or have access to where the data I'm looking to import is currently held. And I'm going to add that table in here. And then I can close this down. Now, there's a lovely little tool here called Append. So this allows you to add records to an existing table as it shows us on the screen here. So if I go and click Append, it will ask me, okay, well, where do you want to append? So append basically means where do you want me to go and add these new records onto at the end of. So if I had a table with 3 records on it, it wouldn't replace that information, it wouldn't overwrite it, it would append that information to the end. So it'd be the 1, 2, 3 original records, and then all the other records will be added after it. So I'm going to click that I want this to go into my dog table, and it's in my current database because it's all in one place. And I'm going to click yes, please. Okay. And now I need to go and decide where this is going to go to. So if I open up my dog table now, I'll have to shut it when I run it. I need to go and pull in dog name and dog DOB. The dog IDs, breed IDs, and owner IDs, I'm not going to fill in because I don't have a primary key yet, and I do not have foreign keys yet. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to close my dog table down. So I want to go and get my dog name. So I can either, well, there are 2 ways of doing this. I can either double click on it and it'll pull it in, or I can go and actually pull in the drop down from here and say, yeah, that one. Now, I need this to actually be appended to specific fields. And the problem is that the field name, dog name, and date of birth do not match up with the dog attribute names I've put in this table. So, but if I click the drop down here, it will give me all of these. And I can actually say, well, this is exactly where you're going. So dog name now goes into dog name with no space between it. And date of birth now goes into dog DOB. And this is now my query setup. So let's go and have a look at what that looks like in SQL. So remember, if you want to go and get the SQL command for this, after creating it, you can click here and then click SQL view. And here is our insert query ready to go. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to hang on to that and add that into the information we have here. So I can save it for later and use it in my work. And at the same time, excuse me, I'm also going to click save and save it in here so I can look at it later on if I need to. So this is insert data into doc. So it looks like we're probably all good to go. I've closed down my dog table. I don't have anything else open. So let's do a mild drum roll and run it. So this is an interesting. So it's told me you're about to append 27 rows. Once you click yes, you cannot undo it or reverse the change. Are you sure you want to? I'm very sure in this case. I'm going to click yes. Now, this is an interesting one as well. So it can't append all the records because of a problem with violations due to our validation rule we have in place. Do you still want to run the action query anyway? Yes, I do. The validation strengths there are very done deliberately. So yes, because I want to make sure that I don't have multiple versions of SHEP in there. So it looks like it's run. Let's go and see what's happened. Yes, okie dokie. So we now have each of our dogs in there with their date of birth, but we haven't got multiple instances of it. There are no duplicate data in here. So this is perfect for us. The problem now, though, is that if I try and import any more data, like I did now, then this, the dog name constraint thing will still apply. This is not a problem if it's in the same format we've had it in previously, but what happens if I actually do next year have like two different dogs called Holly? It can happen. It's a relatively common name. In order to prevent the constraint from running, the rule from preventing us from adding this information, I will also need to go and basically delete or remove this particular constraint. So you would think that if I just clicked on it, right hand click, and then went delete, and then said, yeah, okay, yeah, removing that, that should be fine, surely. It won't be in place anymore. Well, we be on the safe side. there is also another command we can go and run, which is alter dog drop constraint unique name. So if we go and copy that one, this is the SQL command that will allow us to go and ensure that that constraint is no longer in place. So I don't need to go and have any of those tables open, but I do need to go and see SQL view, and I will go and put that query into place and then run it. And yep, oh, so again, it's reminding me, it's because I keep leaving my tables open. I'm a very messy user. I'm going to go back to my design and now run this command to drop that constraint so the rule's no longer in place. And again, it looks like nothing has happened, but in the background, if that constraint for some reason was still in place in spite of us deleting it, it will now be completely removed, and I could indeed go and add multiple dogs with the same name to this table now. And that's it. So what your challenge is now is that this has created the dog table for us. We're not going to worry at the moment about the dog ID or the breed ID or the owner ID. But if we go back to the ERD, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more tables to go and create. And I need you to go and create those tables in lesson today. Using the information, I'll give you access to these SQL commands, and I want you to have a practice of it. So make sure that you're super comfortable so that if anything occurs during the assignment, you'll be able to go and deal with it. So have a crack at that.